What's up? It's your boy Karceno here, and I think we on Karceno Hood Stories, volume 33. I haven't done a hood story in a while, so I figured why not give you one while I'm riding out. Now, this was another one about one of my homies and myself. Now, first off, let me explain to you the mental capacity of my friend. Now, my friend here is very, very emotional. He has a pistol, by the way. It's legal, but he's very on edge. You know, like if you do something to him, there's about a 50-50 chance you might get shot legally. Now, if you're on his property or something, you popping off, you might get shot. But it'll be all legal. Prime example of his temper. He got a Eldorado. Like, I don't know what year it is, but it's clean. And he just got it all polished and waxed. And about 3 hours later, he came back and some bird had just dumped all over. He pulled out his pistol and went crazy. He started shooting at the birds. So that's just that he's impulsive like that. So here we are, regular day, minding our own business, phone call, like, you got to get over here ASAP. I'm like, ASAP? Okay. I get over to his house. He's got a major problem. He's been dating this girl for a while, and his girl is faithful. You know, she's a good chick. She has a very good job. They make pretty good money. They got a nice house, you know, out in, I want to say Matson. They have a pretty good house. Good property. So while we out there, all of a sudden, he's got like all these sheets on the bed and thrown in the corner. And I'm like, well, what's the problem? What's going on? He was like, man, can you smell something? I'm like, not really. What's going on? He was, nah, man, she gonna know, man. I brought old girl from the export up in here. And I've been, you know, hitting her for a minute. And I knew I shouldn't have messed with old girl. But man, she came through the house. I'm like, why would you bring a girl you sleeping with through your house? You see, that you messing with when you got a situation at the crib. You see, this is the problem that only happens with, like, seem to be brothers. When we get, white people don't cheat like this. Not at all. White people cheat is entirely different. It's like the only people that know really is the girl or the wife of white people. White people have everything planned out from story and everything. They come home like, oh, good evening, honey. Where have you been? Oh, I've been at the gym. Yeah, I stopped at the gym, decided to get a workout in. They got a whole story planned out. And the wife will pick up on it like, this is bull. You know, all this going to the gym on Tuesdays, Mondays. And the white guy have it all planned out. He'll go in there, sign in, do all this extra effort to make sure he don't get caught. Because that's what's valuable to him. Us, we have this mentality that no matter what we do, we in the right anyway. So we get too comfortable quick. And then we just start forgetting all the rules. We just like, well, she ain't going to be home for 6-7 hours. I ain't gonna spend no money on no hotel. Come on through. Too much at risk. Now he's paranoid at the fact that he got these sheets off the bed, he got new sheets on, that she gonna find out. So right away he was like, man, she know. I'm like, do you change the sheets or do she change the sheets? She changed the sheets. Don't change the sheets. Go have the sheets washed and clean. Put them same sheets back on the bed. Once you change the sheets and you don't change the sheets, you have just admitted guilt. So this is what you do. You go ahead, go get this washed, go have it clean, pick it up in a couple of hours, put them back on the bed, and act like nothing. Vacuum this place out, act like nothing. So I had to help him out with that situation. Now, here's the problem. He didn't tell me all the details. So, all I know is that the girl been going there. I did not know the girl had his personal house number. You know, like, I'm like, what was you thinking? So, when the phone rang, he was like, answer that, I ain't here. I'm like, okay. I pick up the phone, go, hello? Yeah, he ain't here. And now the number's on the caller ID, and I hang up. I'm like, oh no, he ain't here right now. And such and such. Who am I? I'm such and such friend. Well, tell him such and such called. I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right. So he didn't tell me like that was her, or anything. He's just like, tell him I ain't here. So I'm like, all right, well that was Ebony. And he was like, oh, okay, no problem. So the wife come over, everything's good, and then all this stuff is going on. So she was like, so, you know, what's been going on with you, Kevin? How you been doing? This and that. I'm like, I'm good. You know, I'm good. I'm great. And then the phone rung, and then he was like, who is that? I was like, oh, it's the Ebony from earlier. And the wife just turned around. That B is still calling my house? And I'm like, what? I know y'all work together at Export. She your trainer? Why does she need to be calling you at 9 o'clock at night? And how do you know her? I'm like, I didn't know this was the girl. I just thinking she's Ebony, a businesswoman. Oh man, I done messed up. So, but that's because I didn't get all the details. He didn't tell me her name. He didn't tell me anything. And even when I told him it was Ebony, he just said, all right. Just like I ain't here, no matter who it was. So all naturally this led into a fight. I didn't know that she was suspecting something was going on. So they got to arguing. He was, no, baby, you blowing this out of proportion. We don't even know what she want. Matter of fact, let me talk to her. Ebony, what's going on? Do we got an appointment tomorrow or something at the gym? And like, I try to get you to go. And I was like, dude, you gotta break this off. You made a big mistake. He was, man, you the one put me in this situation, man. I'm like, I'll put you in a situation. You got the girl calling your crib. What you need to do, in case you ain't figured it out, is you gotta break this off with this Ebony chick, because your girl already knows something's up. I'm like, I didn't know all the details at all. You didn't tell me anything. So I'm going in there flying blind. So he was like, man, listen, this is what we gonna do. I'ma say I'm hooking you up with Ebony. So that way, when we go out, you know, we gonna try to get those little cabin lodges. You gonna come with us and you gonna bring Ebony. And then I'm like, so what's gonna happen when I'm in the room with Ebony and you in the room with your wife? You think that's smart? Putting your mistress and your wife in the same room? In the same cabin area? One, I don't do cabins. Two, that's just dumb. So I have to try to bring logic to him. So anyway, he wants to try to smooth things over. It's like, nah, once she see you with Ebony, it's gonna be all good. So I was like, look, I ain't going to no cabin. So he comes back with another plan. Hey man, this is how the conversation went. The phone rang, I picked it up. Hey man, Thursday we going to the comedy club. I got tickets for you and Ebony and then me and my wife. So, alright, I'll see you there. It's gonna be at 9. Call me at 3. Call me at 3 when you get off. And hung up. So I said, this is bad. So I called him back at 3 and I said, what are you talking about, man? I need you to be here for me. I'm like, you need me to be there for you? What's going on? Man, look, this what it is. We got a situation. I need your support. I'm going to the comedy club. I need you to be at the comedy club too. Why do I need to be at the comedy club? Cause, man, you gotta hold my back. You gotta be there with Ebony at the comedy club. I already told her what's going on. She cool with it. So you gonna be her date. So that way it take pressure off me. I told my wife, I'm trying to hook y'all up. I said, all right, man, I'm going to do this for you. we go out to the comedy club, and I was like, nah, I gotta ride in with her. And I'm holding her hand, and we going to sit down. I get a drink, we talking, and we sitting at the comedy club, right? And we laughing, and I was like, oh man, I know this comedian. I was like, that's Louis Dix. I remember him. And I was like, yeah, he goes back and such and such. So we having a conversation, and him and the wife over there, she was like, y'all look cute together. Like, the wife is calm. She's all like happy now. Like, oh, y'all look cute together. Why you ain't tell me that you was trying to hook them up and all this stuff? And she was like, and trying to talk to Ebony, the wife, talking to her, and they like, so what's going on? You know, like, y'all doing this and that, and y'all look so cute. She's all, thank you. And she's looking at him, and then she's seeing him with the wife. She was like, yeah, look at him, you got my baby in shape. And she was like, yeah, you know, like, that's what I do this and that. Well, I'm gonna go up in there, and then I'm gonna go in there soon, and one day you can start training me. So she was like, oh, that'll be nice. So anyway, as the event's going on, me and this Ebony girl is like talking about stuff, and she's all into like real estate, property management, and all this stuff. And I'm giving her advice and stuff to do. So now her interest has changed. She's all interested in what I got to say, because we're talking about some things that really matter, that was going on in the economic world at the time. And I'm like, oh no, you do not want to do that. You do not want to do this. You need to get out right now, and you need to do this, and you should do this. Don't trust dry ship. It's going to take a while, but it's going to build up. So if you got time to build, it'd be cool to hold on to dry ships for a minute, and it's going to pick up eventually. It's going to be residually, you know, doing E-Trade stocks. So we're having a blast talking. I look over at him. He looking like, what you doing? I'm like, what you mean? We conversating. We playing the role. Your plan is working. He was like, I ain't tell you to be flirting with my girl. I'm like, dog, I'm not flirting with your girl. I'm getting you out of trouble. But dog, I want you to just sit there and shut up. I'm like, sit there and shut up? That make me look guilty. If it go bad, if it don't look like it's